Welcome back. I got the E46 Touring pretty much dialed now for daily driving. I put some new suspension in it, some H&R Cup kit, which is really nice. The car sits great, little OEM plus fitment. But now the struggle is getting my speakers fixed because I blew them, which means that I have to take apart the entire rear trunk just to get access to the speaker. This is something that I wouldn't wish upon my worst E46 enemy. So as you can see, everything is brittle plastic and old, and that is why my speakers sound like they are mush. And so for those of you that are also not really mechanically inclined like me, this is fairly simple. The most difficult part is taking apart your touring rear end, and everything is labeled very, very neatly with what you need to mount everything in the packaging. So shout out to Bavsound for that. So we got a Phillips here that we have to take apart, another Phillips here, and then we have a little 10 mil that I already took off here that's plastic, a 10 mil here that's plastic. The luggage strap covers, which are here, that have a little plastic cover to it. Then I have to take off this piece for the seat belt, take off this trim of the back bench, unbolt the actual seat belt mechanism, take off the C-pillar, and then I can take this apart. So let's see how long it takes. When doing this with any sort of metal tools to take off the plastic trim pieces, you're asking for absolute mayhem. That's the sound of a lot of plastic breaking. The plastic itself is from 2000, so it's still original, which is pretty cool. Once you get this piece off, you still have to take off the contraption and mechanism for the seatbelt itself. I have two T25 Torx in here. You have another Phillips right here. Oof, that is nice and crunchy. All right, so luckily, I was able to find some leeway between where the 10 mil bolts up and this stripped bolt that they didn't even bother putting back in when I got my coilovers done, to get access to these speakers. So onwards we go. So for the doors, easiest part, mostly trim removal tools are needed, and then something very simple like a Phillips. So the door, you got 4 T20s, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you're a rookie like me, you'll forget to take out your window switch, which shows you the final T20 that is holding this door piece together. Moving on to the driver's door, pretty much the same recipe, except if you're me, you'll go ahead and make sure you break both of your tiny trim removal tools on your window switch. So night has caught me. But to emphasize, if anybody else is doing this and they still have their original speaker wiring in it, BMW brown equals aftermarket black. If you have delicate hands, I would recommend using the delicate hands that are available. This is everything that you have to do to put these little tweeters or baby mids into their frames. So this one, you have to slide out basically the way that she's doing there by opening up all the pins to pop it out, and then you put it in and put the adapter, and this goes into this part right here. Then this one pops out of the rears, which you can see that little hole right there, and then you screw it into that hole. But to get this, you have to pop it out with little pins and then glue the new one in the way that I did here with the glue that they provide. We have all speakers plugged in, and they are all working as they should. All right, now that we tested all the speakers, the last ones to do are these baby tweeters here. So you got to take out the trim and a couple of T30s, I believe, that are holding this together. And then you should be able to get access to this little baby right here. All right, it is 1 in the morning. I started this at 5 p.m. But things are all back in place, and now it's time to finish the rear end. All right, it is the following day, and I successfully put everything back together. Now, this is definitely not a job for the faint of heart or the faint of patience like me, but I will say the sound quality from these speakers is terrific. Everything bolts up as it should, and this is honestly one of the coolest little OEM plus projects that I've done thus far. I went ahead and took advantage to clean all the door cards as well in detail. And now, the car is definitely ready for more daily driving. Gotta replace this panel because, of course, the clips broke. But that is it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.